All right, I think we're good to go.
Hey, let me fix this. All right, there. My view was all weird. How y'all doing? Ready? Ready? What's that face, Ebony? Like, I
Ah,
guess.
sorry, I couldn't wait to get on and talk about it and see if Jacana and Whitney had the same experience because they were on the thing on Saturday. So I don't know. Did you all already do your one-on-ones too? So it felt like it was too much, like too many different recommendations, and all I kept thinking is, I ain't got that much time left. I can't put all this stuff in there. So I'm a little bit just wanting to go back to what I did before and like, nope, I'll just keep it the way I had it because I got overwhelmed or confused by the advice, I think.
What kind of advice did they give you?
So the one-on-one, he was good. He was straightforward. He said, wow factor. He said, everything else seems polished, whatever, but you need a little zhuzh, you know what I mean? Okay. But then he gave me several examples of how to do that. I'm like, again, I'm not trying to go over 4 minutes. So, I couldn't figure out how to put in what he was saying. And then on Saturday, she was really good about confidence building and bringing strong voice. But when she started trying to help us with that landing or closing slide, way too much. That's going to take you way over time. And it felt like she was wanted you to pull at the heartstrings, which I understand. But my understanding from you all were that we need to be pulling at the purse strings at the end, right, to make clear on that investment. And so I got a little bit confused. I don't know if y'all felt the same way.
Whitney, Juanita, is Jacana on here? I thought I saw. Is
Very
anybody else?
much.
I'm here.
Uh,
Takana's on here. She's driving home.
okay.
I'm very
I
much
wasn't able
overwhelmed.
to make the thing on Saturday as I was in the emergency room.
Oh
But
no, I hope you're okay.
um yeah, okay. Um it was a dialysis thing. But are we gonna be able to meet with them like tomorrow or is it like too late so?
Yeah, I think I don't want to speak for Duncan, but I know Saturday that was a one-time deal on Saturday.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think my slides are okay. I just need to like just go through and just double check them.
Uh-huh. Okay. Whitney, did you have some feedback?
Very overwhelmed, trying to take everything that everyone told us to fix and adjust. And like I said to Maisha, I feel like I'm spiraling now because I'm like, which direction to go? So I'm gonna wing it. And Duncan, he was great. He's like, just be yourself, have more confidence. And I'm like, I don't even know how to have more confidence because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, a sister is stressed right now. So like I broke down in tears again because I'm like, I want this so bad, but it's like too much. It's like they're like, be yourself. And I'm like, I write how I talk, and that doesn't always come off professional. And he said, that's okay, just be yourself. But I'm like, I don't want them looking at me sideways. So I'm stressed.
No need to be stressed at all. So here's what I would recommend. You already know what you know about your business. If there was something, I'd say like one thing that you heard that you would like to try to fit in somewhere that you want to work on tonight, we can do that. But if you're comfortable with what you had, stay with what you had. What you had was good. I mean, all that we did on last Wednesday was good. So if you're comfortable with that, make sure you just practice that walking us to that ask at the end, and you're good. So you know what I mean when I say walking us to the ask? And that's really just literally if you're asking for, let me give you an example from there. If you're asking for uh some of the funds to update your website. Somewhere before that slide should be some part of your commentary, not necessarily on the slide, some part of your commentary where you're going to be talking about reaching your customers through the website, driving your customers to the website. So when you get to that ask and you're at that one thing saying, I want to spend this much money on my website, they connect those dots immediately, go, oh, I see how that's going to grow her. She knows how she's going to grow that business versus this list of items that may or may not result in more sales. There's no way, you talked about, let's say you've talked about your, let me think, you've talked about equipment and the equipment you use in the early part of the slide, but then you get to the end and your ask has nothing to do with equipment. It's just a bunch of things that, yes, they will technically help a business, but they would help any business. Do you know what I'm saying? The difference?
Yes, so she did help me with that part. I feel like hers was much better than what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I could just review it with you real
Sure.
quick. So at the end is as a result of Belos Doula services, first-time Black mothers gain culturally grounded maternal support, a healthier start to parenthood, and the guidance needed to make informed decisions about their care through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. I am seeking a $5,000 award to help expand Belos Doula services to create an even greater impact on maternal health care. So that's what she told me to put, but on the slide, I do have to expand Beela's Doula closet, and then I talk about it in the slides previously to how we provide services from it. So I don't know if I need to go back to the original slide I had, or I can keep it as is because it's on the slide and it's in the previous commentary.
Just so that I'm understanding, your ask is still broken out, correct?
On the slides,
On the
yes.
slide, yep.
Yes.
And one of the things, this is a great example. One of the things on that slide is the closet.
Yes, doula closet, yes.
Yep. So that's a perfect example. Somewhere before there, you're talking about the closet.
Yes, I tell them how we provide resources and postpartum essentials from the closet.
That's a perfect example.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And again, your ask slide most definitely needs to be broken out and not
Okay.
just $5,000 to help my business grow. It needs to be broken out.
Okay.
And whatever you have in that breakout should be something you have talked about in this part of the previous part of the presentation.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'm
you
all
sounds
set
like
then.
you got it.
Okay. All right. I gotta stop
Mhm.
second guessing myself. Okay.
Mhm. Good, good. You got it.
So one of the things that I think I came away with was he kept saying it's corporate, it's corporate, it's corporate, which in my mind, corporate is not a bad thing.
Yep.
But he's saying that I'm explaining it in corporate instead of in is layman's terms. Would you agree with that? Like it needs to, instead of me saying I'm closing the gap on values and experience versus saying I'm building a workplace that people don't want to walk away from. You know, one is kind of more easily understood. The other is, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm stuck between that. So do I change it from that? But that's what I've been talking about forever. I'm closing the gap. I'm closing the gap. Same thing. It's just different wording. So you know what? You know,
In that situation, you could easily do both.
okay.
In other words, you could, in that first slide, when you're talking about the problem,
Mm-hmm.
that's an easy slide to say people are leaving because I'm not these words, but because the workplace sucks, in
Well,
that
that's it.
layman's
But that's
piece,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's a perfect place to put that layman's term. But then because your system is a quote unquote corporate speak system, and closing the gap is what it does. From that point on, you could that the connection will be made. So you
Okay.
can then go into exactly what you've been doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I just wanted to, Imani and Jacana and Tiffany were on the call on Saturday too. So we were saying that we were feeling a little overwhelmed because some of the stuff that she was telling us to do, not just her though, him too, it just felt overwhelming because you're trying to put more in, but you still only got that same 4 minutes. And so I was getting nervous on what to change, what to leave, and then I think I had gotten so worked up. I was like, I'm leaving it the way it was without any changes. But I was just asking Kim, and yeah, I guess I can inch in a few changes, but
Yeah, don't
I am.
stress yourself. But what did you all feel the same way?
I think, yeah, a little bit, just because there's different, I think it's all very valuable, like presentation information, but like different ways of presenting it. Like with in Maisha's class, we did our value declarations. So like how to frame the ask, and that was really helpful, but it kind of made me think about the commentary leading up to that. Like, how do I make sure that these things are clear in the presentation so it's not just like out of nowhere, and it makes sense. And
Hmm.
then with the call with Duncan, he was saying that I sounded kind of similar to Ebony, but for me it was like sounded really academic.
Hmm.
And I sounded more like a professor than a business owner. Um, so trying to think of how to present the information so that it doesn't feel as much like a lecture. Um, so I like I haven't like done a run through with the full time, but like I added a very short slide just kind of illustrating how storytelling can affect the brain. So I have
I
to
could just say you can use a humorous analogy on on neuroscience, the neuroscience of storytelling.
mm-hmm.
You can come up with a quick uh, comparison or analogy
Mm-hmm.
that's funny,
Mm-hmm.
that does it. I mean, that's literally all you need to do. And that's a commentary piece, not changing anything with your slides, not giving you more to talk about per se. That it could be something like I always use that uh because I talk about neuroplasticity with my work, and I always say it's just like AI. You click on a cat video and all of a sudden your whole feed is feline because it's your reticular activating system is filtering that out. But so I
Mm-hmm.
use a kind of little familiar thing to tie that very academic process. It's very similar to what you can do. But again, quick, it doesn't need to be a whole story now. It doesn't need to rebuild. And there's nothing wrong with sounding like a professor. There's nothing wrong with sounding corporate if that's what you're doing. I mean, if that's who you are, that's who you are. And that's part of, and this is what all of you need to understand. Whatever that special sauce is, your people will respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
The people who you really want to work with, those ideal customers, are going to click with that. The same way as customers ourselves. We might hear one person talk about something and another person talk about the same thing, and we might love the first person and hate the second person. And it's the exact same topic, but we clicked with the way they were. Maybe we clicked with how professional they were. Or another person, maybe we clicked with how hip and how, you know, community minded they were, talking about the exact same thing. Be yourselves. It's your business. You own it. It's everything you say it is. You are who you are. Your people will respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
And these judges, they're not expecting you to be any particular person. It's not like there's a field on the form that goes, she was a professor Eh, move that down. That's not the way it's scored. So let all that go and just own your business.
Okay. Thanks.
Mhm. Any other feedback?
I have a
Yes.
question. Oh, I'll wait.
Who's that? Who's that?
Can I go? Can I chime in really quick?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I just got off the call with Duncan like an hour ago. Maisha was very helpful too. So I went over the pitch deck and what I'm going to say, and he noticed I was very nervous because I was reading off cards and it didn't sound naturally like me. So I told him one of my advantages when a customer comes in is that I make them feel like they're at home. Like this is a family-oriented shop. It's not transactional, and they connect to me when it's a bilingual person. I can speak to you in Spanish and I'm focused on those sensitivities that they're looking for. It's not like a clinical feel. And he told me to use that to my advantage, that I'm very family-like and it's intimate and personable here. It's not these big words that I'm trying to fit into my script. And that's why I kept getting nervous and shaky because I don't speak that way on a daily. And it's noticeable. So he was giving me the advice to speak like you, be authentic, even if my accent comes out a little bit, it's
Mhm.
okay because it makes me human.
Absolutely.
So it helps me feel better because when I'm trying to read this cue cards and making it sound like I'm big wordy and big vocabulary, it's not naturally how I speak. So I want to speak to, like, if you're a client coming in for a service and we're connecting and convincing you like this is why you should come to me. And he clicked that in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna speak to the judges like if you're gonna be my customer. And that was very helpful to me. And I did adjust some slides. I resent it to you and Jahaira and Marisol that you guys can go over. So just a little advice to you girls that helped me a lot and make me feel better with my nerves, just to speak like how I normally do and with confidence.
And Tiffany, I'm gonna need to understand what I just heard here because your whole pitch is about how you are servicing bilingual customers. And
Yes.
then you gonna try to give me a pitch where you strip out your accent? What?
Why would
That
I do
don't even
that?
make sense, girl.
I know I was trying too hard. I'm like, I want to sound perfect and presentable and professional, and I'm stressing myself out. And so I understand what Whitney is saying and Ebony and Imani, that we're trying to so hard to read off these cards and be perfect, but we don't have to be perfect. Just sound like you, even if
Yeah,
your words don't sound perfect, like off a dictionary. It doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be.
Mm.
This, oh, I don't know how to say this enough to where it sits and settles in with you, but
Yes.
each and every one of you, your business is your business. It's whatever you say it is. And nobody, not one person up there with a pen, with a scorecard, with a computer, none of us know your business better than you. None of us. Own it. Hmm. Thanks for sharing that, Tiffany. And I better hear that accent.
Are we gonna
Now,
go over pitches today at all,
you
or
can
slides?
certainly run through your pitch today. Yes.
I just want to show
You
you what I changed if you approve, because Duncan told me to change some things. So can I share
hmm
it really quick?
you can.
Okay,
And
it should
you
be.
might even open up with hola.
Oh, that's cute. I didn't think of that.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So I'm just gonna click share and share my slides. Just give me one moment because it is a little slow.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
while you're loading that, Wanda, did you have something?
I'm just realizing that there was something on Saturday. I don't know how, but I was on a mental health panel anyway. I wouldn't have been able to go anyway because I already had an obligation. I'm
Oh,
like, oh my God. I don't know why I thought it was today. I didn't know it was Saturday, but my apologies.
oh, that's all right.
And for me, like I had the same experience too. I was called ghetto corporate, but I loved it because he was like how Tiffany explained, we're fighting ourselves to be perfect, right? So, and I loved it. Duncan was straight up. What my Nisha did for us, it was a little too much for me. So I always go by, you chew the meat and spit the bones. So you apply what's worked best for you in any situation. So that's just me. And he was like, "Yeah, you put the corporate away because you ain't you know." I was like, I call it bullshitto, you
That's
know,
right.
see whatever. He's like, "Yeah." So he was like, you see it, you feel it in the beginning, but when you get to talk to the when I got talking into the numbers and stuff, it was getting a little not it wasn't resonating with me, my slides, and what I was doing. So he was like, no, just keep being you, and like how Tiffany explained it, that's you only could be how it is. And he did give me some stuff, but it's too late to put all that in. I appreciate it. I wish I would have known that angle, how he put it to me for my business, but it's too late. I
Hmm.
no, it's too late. So yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you'll be able to speak to, you've done a lot of work all the way up until this point. Trust what you've done. Hmm.
And I will say this because he said this to me. He was letting me know that we all should be proud of ourselves because he said it started out with like 34 people, and a lot of people was complaining and saying that they wanted to do this. There's not a lot of opportunities, and we stood up and took the chance. So, congrats to all of you guys.
Exactly. I was actually telling Marisol earlier, I said out of all the cohorts, this is the first time we gave homework, but y'all wasn't playing with that homework. Yeah, I was like, listen, I said, okay, make some notes. I'll give it back to him. Right back at me, like, did it. Now what you think? What? Okay, let me look at it again. Drop my little notes in here. Y'all was like, no, no, no. Here it is again. Look at it again. I said, they really wanted to get it right. Kudos to all of you. All of you did the work, and your businesses will be better off for that. So yes, we are very, very, very pleased. I'm like a little proud mama here, but like, yes. Looks like we got something coming up, Tiffany.
Okay. Okay, are you able to see it really well?
Not yet. It still says it's
Ah,
starting the screen
look.
sharing.
Okay.
Ah, it's up.
Okay. All right, so I changed a little bit from what he just suggested. Just trying to move you this so you guys are over here. There we go. So he told me to get rid of the dash by the problem and the bikini picture because it looked a little inappropriate from what he said. I'm
Okay.
like, okay. And he told me to break up the solution slide so this could be bigger in your face. The statement, Encanto Aesthetic solves real problems for bilingual women, providing a safe Spanish-speaking space where there's skin. And I'm sorry, this is in the way a little bit.
Now I will give you this feedback. That's a lot of words.
Okay.
Uh,
He told me to break it up into slides. So, and then I'll get into the more specifics with this. Too much?
I would say you practice the timing. If this is
Yeah.
comfortable for you, practice that timing because you definitely don't want to go over trying to drive
Jump around.
home a single point.
Okay. And the target customer page is fine. And I adjusted the competitive analysis. Before it was too much and it was very wordy. So I broke it down by the focuses and the brands that I'm up against to look at simpler and bigger.
I will say for me, this would be less easy to read, only because I first have to read what each color means, and then
Okay.
I got to look and see where each one falls with the colors. That's just myself, but if you're more comfortable with this, go with this.
Do you suggest I do dots or like check marks and X's?
I'm saying that the way that it was before was easier for me because I could quickly look and go and see what the categories were that you were better in. But if
Yeah.
this is better for you, keep whichever one is better for you.
Okay. Because he was saying like this is atrocious, and then the
Atrocious.
that's what he said, and the ask page was too much wording. I'm like, okay, so what do you say? What do you think? And then this is the ask page that I adjusted, so it's clear with the breakdowns instead of all the words.
You picked him being straight up or the sugar coat. He give you the option.
I'm like, oh, he's feeling a little spicy today. I'm like, okay.
Listen, you want the baby one or you want the straight up? I said, listen, straight up, but dang, straight
And he
up
didn't
with
give me the
you.
choice. He just gave it to
Oh,
me.
oh, child.
Atrocious.
Right?
I did not find any one slide to be atrocious,
Thank
just so
you,
you
because I've
know.
been working so hard on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Again, so what's after this slide?
it's one more slide so I can say the conclusion statement. So it's just very simple with my photo. Inclusive care, Encanto Aesthetics, your skin, your glow, your story.
As long as you time this out that it still works within the time frame, you can go with it, but don't sacrifice time, and my concern again with, as I say with all of you, the more time you spend at that beginning, the less time you're going to have at the ask, which is the important piece.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to jam all of that in before the time is up. You want to make sure that you practiced it, timed it, got it locked in, and you know in a second what you can rip out and skip over because you don't want to lose those points. It can literally come down to 1 to 2 seconds. It's that close. So whatever you feel good with in terms of the content seems to be the same, but whatever you feel good with presenting and you've timed it, that's what you should go with.
Okay, as long as it looks presentable, and I should be able to fit it under 4 minutes because I'm still gonna go by what I was gonna say. So as long as you like it.
Yeah, listen, you like it, I love it.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
I
I'm gonna
think
stop.
I remember you saying, Ms. Kim, when we do present, we don't have to go over every bullet point on the
Correct.
slides, just
Correct.
the biggest impactors, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So probably like Tiffany, you could do that. Just take the biggest impactors of what you're going to go, and then so don't stress yourself over these slides. That's crazy. Ooh, child.
Thank you. I was a little caught off guard the way he was saying, like, I hate this slide. That's atrocious. I'm like,
Who
okay,
was it just said that he called one of your slides ugly?
pretty
He
much.
did at the beginning ask if you wanted, what do you say, hard, straight up coaching, or if you wanted it softer.
He
And
didn't
I'm
even
thinking,
ask me
so
that.
then I'm bracing myself like, what? Whoa. So if he asks that, this might be real tough for me. So I was like, okay.
He didn't even ask me that. He just, I don't know, maybe I caught him on a bad day.
I think that's just how it is, but I respected it because I was like, oh, okay. And before I could say, well, how do he's like, but to get the look you're going for, I see what you're doing. Let's do this. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, at least you smoothed it over.
Right?
Listen, again, you know your business. None of the slides that I saw were slides that I would say, oh my gosh, this is by the time we got to the semifinals, everything was pretty clear and good for delivery. However, having said that, if there is something that you feel like you want to tweak, certainly tweak it, but don't stress out over it. Don't get to where you're trying to rebuild your whole slides in 48 hours and then you're trying to remember what you put on the slide that you changed. Don't throw yourself off like that. That's going to do worse damage than a slide that might have the wrong color or might have check marks instead of bullets. The end goal is that you are able to communicate to your judges, to these judges, what your business is, who has the problem, what the solution is, how your business solves that problem, and how their money will help you solve it for more people. Period. That is truly all you have to be able to communicate, whether that be through your bullets. And Wanda, I sure hope you have been practicing not reading these slides because, yeah, do not read us these slides. But you got to trust that you know your business. You
Yes.
made the slides based on your business.
And someone's coming tonight to go over. They was like, Wanda, you've been in business 4 years. I mean, when we ask you about the business or someone asks you, you just come right out. Like, what are you scared of? So someone's coming to do it with me tonight.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to try not to, I'm just going to look at the subtitle and then I'm just going to try to just flow and see what happens.
That's it. That's all.
We're going to start doing that in a little while. They'll be here at 6:30 when they get off.
Fantastic. Now, if anybody wants to run through theirs, I'm certainly
I have one thing.
Yes.
One thing. Let me share. I'm having trouble. So she's coming to also help me fix my pictures.
Okay.
So I tried to put some pictures on here, but I did not do well. Let me just show you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me see where it is. That's not it. I think I left my glasses in the car. I just had it up. It's already up somewhere. Hold on a second. Working on so much stuff. Just give me 1 second. I just had it. Okay. All right. Here it is. Now let me hit Shaw. Oh, you guys
still got to get that subtitle off there, but go ahead.
Yes, I got to get the subtitle off. And then I don't know why my pictures are showing up like that. I don't know why. But she's going to try to fix it for me. And my proofs came up instead of the actual. So she was like, I did something wrong, but she knows how to fix it. So she's going to show me. And I'm just going to look at the subtitle and I'm just going to flow with it. And I should be able to with no problem.
Good. And when you're talking to her, two things. One, it might not be bad. Recommendation to throw a picture of one of your real cars on here.
I did. So, yes.
And then she can help you find some stock images of seniors, people who would represent the kind of people you want as your ideal client.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd say you're good.
All righty, let me stop sharing. Thank you.
Sure. Who wants to run through?
I have a question.
Sure.
I did a lot of what everyone said. He definitely tore my slides up. He told me they was horrible. I was like, dang.
Y'all listen. First of all, y'all know Duncan. If you don't know Duncan, you do now.
Straight no chaser.
Straight no chaser. And you know, his thing is that break you down to build you up kind of thing. That's his part of his military background too. So take nothing personally. But go ahead, Danielle.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't take it personal, but so I did work on like changing some of my slides. Mostly my problem and solution slide were the two that he was like, Absolutely not. Like you need to change that." I was like, "You don't get the concept I'm trying to create." Okay. Um, but one of the things, so I did like some run throughs today with a couple of people. And I have like a business coach outside of here, like I ran through it with her too, but I'm struggling with the transition from like my first slide, like my intro slide, into the problem slide. Like, I don't know why I'm getting like just stumbled with how to like transition. So I don't know if you have
You
some
want to bring them up?
feedback. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
And again, I will say that after 6 years of doing this program, we have seen some beautiful slides with some not so beautiful presentations. So the slides are great, but it's really more about the story you're able to tell because anybody can get into Canva,
Hmm.
beautiful AI, all these different programs and make some gorgeous slides. But if you don't know how to talk about your business and you don't know how
Hmm.
to communicate that you know how to solve the problem for your customers, it doesn't matter how pretty the slides are.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Because I actually liked my problem side. I was like, I thought this was cute.
Then you should stay with it.
I still have it saved, so I might go back to it.
Yes.
I gotta share my screen. Sorry. Um, I don't know why this won't let me share.
Excuse me for a minute, guys. It's hot in here. I gotta cut my air on. I was trying my best. I just can't do it.
Okay, is the PowerPoint, y'all can
Yeah.
see it?
Uh-huh.
And so this is this too many words up here? That was a question I had too.
Yeah, it's a
Too
lot.
many? Okay.
Mhm.
I have a backup slide I might use. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if I don't know. I'm just struggling with like transitioning from here to going into my problem.
So run
I don't
it
know if
through
anyone.
and then tell me what you're hearing that is you're stumbling on.
So what I want to say from here to there, that's what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying? Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay, so, good evening. My name is Danielle Jones, and I'm a licensed maternal mental health counselor and certified doula, and I'm the owner of Divine Connection Doula Care. And then I always pause because I'm like, I don't know how to get started here.
Remember what we say, black or the problem sounds like a problem.
Problem
So
solving
you can
problem.
even start with either one of these on either side. Well, actually, this slide is combining your problem and solution, and that might be why you're stumbling.
Okay.
Because on the right side is
Down that
actually
way.
a solution. The left side are the only problems.
Okay. Oops. Let me go back.
You originally did your thing, Daniel. You said, I think you had gave like a statistic. So why did you take that out?
It's still over here on this side.
No, when you did your spiel, when you actually presented it to us, it flowed. So why are you stumbling now? I think you had, if I'm not mistaken, you had gave like a statistic. I don't know. I can't remember if it was like the mortality rate or
Hmm.
it was something. It was the number of something. And
Yeah,
then
I
it
think
transitioned.
what I started with was the um how black women experience the highest rates of pregnancy and birth complications and mental health challenges, with 80% of those moms not receiving the care that they need.
And I would say find a way to paraphrase that because that's
Mm,
pretty much what you have
on
on
the
the
slide.
slide.
Okay.
So you don't want to read that
Mm-hmm.
slide, but just, a high rate or Black mothers are experiencing these things at a higher rate than others.
Okay.
Same thing, and let them see the numbers on the slide.
Okay. All right. I'll practice it in my head.
Yeah, but it
I
start
think
by
that's
taking that solution off because
okay.
really your problem is that first column.
Um, all right. So is it okay to have like those statistics up there?
Yeah, yeah. What I'm
Okay.
saying is you don't want to say the same thing that's on the slide.
Right.
So if
Okay.
you're going to have the statistics on the slide, then when you're saying it, you want to paraphrase it so that you're not reading it. Because if you think about it from the point of view of someone who doesn't know you at all, just
Mm-hmm.
meeting you for the first time, this goes for everybody. When you're reading the slides, it feels like you don't know your business. Feels like you
Okay.
did up this presentation and the only way you know how to talk about your business is by these bullets that you have on the slide. When you're able to give commentary that has it's above and beyond what they're seeing on the slide, that's that confidence. Okay, you know your business. Check.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
Y'all got this. Y'all got it. Y'all
That's
looking
my
sad.
struggle because all these new words and how to like identify like the target audience. I was just like anybody, if y'all want to sew, y'all come with me. That's just what it was. But through this program, it's instead of getting out, it's been a very big transition and a pull, stretch, not pull, stretch to transition from the hustle mindset to the business mindset. So I am not fully still confident, but and Duncan did say that he was like, I was like, I'm not, because this is all new. It's all new
Hmm.
to me. But again, even though the hustle, I have learned so much too in that, and it made certain things cut clear, and it connected to the dots and things like that. And like he said, once again, look where you at, look where you're coming. So I'm super appreciative of this program anyhow, because yeah, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's my struggle, is trying to move away from that mindset to like, yeah, let's get it together.
Yeah, and I think you will all see the difference in how easy it is to have the business and run the business when you are talking to people who have the problem versus trying to quote unquote convince people to come and partake in your business. You've got people who already you are creating the messaging and they are hearing that and saying, that's me. That's what I need. And it's the same thing you all do as customers. Your customers are no different than you as a customer. There are things that you look for, and you, when you're looking for something and you're trying to find something, there's certain language you look for. There's certain things about a business that makes you feel confident that they can help you the way you need to be helped, or that the product that they're selling is the product that you need. That's exactly the way you want to sound for your customers. And when you know and you're comfortable that you know who they are, that conversation becomes 10 times easier. 10 times easier. It's no different than if I were on this call through these 7 weeks and every time I did a presentation, if I just read the bullets to you, how comfortable would you be that I know what the heck I'm talking about? You're sitting here like, okay, everything, the only thing that I'm saying is exactly what's on that slide. I could read the slides. You could have just sent me the slides in the email and I could have read those. But so you're looking for something that clicks. When you are yourself, you know your business, you're comfortable, you know your customers, you know your product or service. That's all where it funnels into. And that's where I keep hitting and hitting and hitting on target customer, problem, solution. Those three things, your confidence will go through the roof. Your revenue will go through the roof because then you'll be able to talk to exactly the kind of people who need what you have. So thank you for that, Jacana. Yes, it is moving away from that. I'll take anybody's dollar to these are the people that I want to talk to that are going to do business with me. So anybody want to run through?
I'll run through mine.
Okay, Professor.
Okay, I'm nervous all of a sudden. That's okay.
You're fine.
Alright, can you all see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay. I will get started. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Imani Stone Thompson. I'm the founder of Written in Stone, and through Written in Stone, I used my master's in neuroscience and passion for storytelling to create memorable brands that inspired growth. As a result of working with Written in Stone, our clients receive neuroscience-backed marketing and a narrative that speaks to them and grows their brand. Our clients come to us once they've reached the small business plateau. They've seen success and they're established, but their marketing isn't working anymore. Their engagement is down. They're spinning their wheels. Enter Written in Stone. We solidify your vision with scientific precision. As humans, our brains crave story. It's how we make sense of the world. It's how we process information. It's how we make decisions. And we craft stories for our brands that inspire this sort of connection. When we hear a story that speaks to us and that we really relate to, our brains release something called oxytocin. It's a hormone that inspires empathy and bonding and trust, and that inspires us to feel connected to the story, and it inspires us to act. And these are the kinds of stories, these connecting and brand building stories are the kinds of stories that we create for our clients. We primarily work with art and art adjacent markets. These are clients who may have a very strong and curated vision, but they need a narrative to help grow it and help connect with their audience. In the local landscape, we are the only agency that prioritizes strong storytelling in the way that we do, and blends neuroscience with that. This is a unique offer that we can bring forth to our clients to really precisely grow their brands. As a startup, our primary lead generation is through word of mouth. We intend to nurture those leads through targeted email marketing. As a B2B service, we primarily advertise on LinkedIn and Google, and we currently offer free consultations on our website. We have 3 service packages that take clients from the brand building phase all the way to campaigns and retainer options as well. Our projected year 1 gross revenue across our 3 packages is $72,000 with $62,000 of projected expenses, including salary, and $10,000 of potential gross profit. And today I am seeking $5,000 to use for targeted marketing campaigns across major creative and artistic hubs across New York State, upgraded web design, and digital services to expand our impact. Are you ready to invest and bridge the gap between science, marketing, and art? Yes. Thank you.
You did it.
I did
Now,
it.
I would say that your you could go with an example on the slide where you're talking about how our brains, where that circle and how our brains connect to stories,
This one.
rather than making that about oxytocin and that, take them to this a time when they connected to a story. Take it to a time when you connected to a story. You know, think about that. Take us and say something along the lines of, I'm sure everybody remembers that first story when they were a kid. Might be Dr. Seuss, Curious George. I'm dating myself a little bit there. But whatever those stories that you want to use as an example, instantly we will feel like, oh yeah, I know what she's talking about now.
Okay.
That, and I would say again on that one slide with the competitors,
Mm.
you need to use your customers' language there, because it's a competitive advantage, especially something like this, that your customers they can't articulate what it is about the difference. You know it's neuroscience. They don't know it's neuroscience. So they would never go looking for a person that says, oh, yeah, they do all this. They do technical and corporate, but they don't have neuroscience. So I'm going with written in stone. You want it to explain this in the way that your customers will.
Would it be better to say like maybe precision and emotive storytelling?
Is that how your customers would say it? Keep in mind that you've identified an artsy target customer, and you are already bringing that artsy brain and marrying it with a scientific brain. You're going to have to make that match for us. And the way you make that match is by showing that you can connect to an artsy person. So I'm sure when you're sitting around with that person who makes jewelry and who draws and who does all these creative things, that you're not sitting there talking about how you're building in uh, things to increase oxytocin and connection. You're not using that kind of language. So use the kind of language you would use with your customers. And I would say go back and read some of the work you've produced and look at that, and then get the tasty language out of that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But good job. You certainly made your time. So you've got a little bit of room to kind of expand, but make it more of a connection.
Okay.
So that is kind of what makes me nervous about going off script, is that sometimes when you go off script, you can ramble a little bit, or at least I do. And now that makes me nervous about my time. So I'm trying to stay on script, but not read it off the script. So do you have any tips for that?
Yes. When you do your rehearsing, first of all, again, for everybody, rehearse bullets. Don't rehearse the whole script. Rehearse your bullets, and then when you're rehearsing, put times next to it. So you know, okay, if I'm on this bullet, I'm a minute in. When I get to this bullet, I need to be 3 minutes. That's it. So I need to start wrapping up. So your time markers are by the bullets, not by the whole script. That gives you room to say whatever you want to say. It also allows you to adjust on the fly and still know where you are in your timing.
Will we be able to see our time? Is there some kind of big clock in there or something?
I'm not sure where if there will be a timer, but I will say this, that probably would make you more nervous to see that clock ticking down. So it's probably better you don't see the clock.
So I guess I was thinking like, so if I have my bullets and I know that I'm on bullet 5 of the last 2 slides and I'm rambling in a little bit, I know I need to speed it up, and but if I don't have a clock, I don't know where I am. So
if you have the times by your slide, so what I'm saying is when you rehearse it, you know that each bullet, you know what time you're at because you only got the 4 minutes. I know that this bullet is at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. This bullet is at 3 minutes. So when you know you hit that bullet, you know where you started. Now, if you ramble a little off track, you can
Okay.
jump if you need to jump
Gotcha.
to that bullet.
Okay.
Anybody else want to run through?
Can I go?
Sure.
I have the AC going, so hopefully it's not too loud.
I don't hear it.
Okay.
And I just gotta say, look at y'all old pros now. The first night, y'all were like, I don't know, how do I do? Now y'all like, can I share? Turn it on. Put it on. I'm good. You see it? Brava, brava.
Can you see it really well?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when I can start.
You may start.
Okay. Hello, my name is Tiffany, and I'm the owner of Encanto Aesthetics, a beauty boutique located in Tonawanda, New York. I specialize in ingrown hair treatments and sensitive skin. I provide all services in both Spanish and English. The problem currently happening in the marketplace, many bilingual women are struggling with chronic ingrown hairs, sensitive dry skin, and language barriers that prevent them to be treated properly in traditional spas. The solution, Encanto Aesthetics offers a bilingual and culturally aware space for these women. I specialize in ingrown hair hard wax treatments by using gentle hard wax techniques, communications in Spanish and English, and check-ins by doing personalized aftercare and tailored customized routines. My target customer is bilingual and Spanish-speaking women, ranges between 20 to 45 years old, women who identify as Latina, and women who struggle with chronic ingrown hairs or sensitive dry skin. My competitive advantage is that I focus on ingrown hair treatments and sensitive dry skin by using organic skincare. I speak both Spanish and English to provide these services. And most customers are looking for that at-home feeling in a space like this. How I find customers through social media educational videos, networking events locally, collaborating with other women-owned businesses, referral programs, loyalty rewards, and email newsletter called Encanto Skin, and virtual consultations. And for the ask, sorry. Okay, for revenue for 2025 for Encanto Aesthetics, I was able to generate 64,000 in revenue, 16,000 in expenses, and a profit of 48,000. My goal is to hit 80,000 to 100,000 at the end of 2026. Currently, I've made 25,000 as of January to now. And the way to reach this goal is by updating equipment, more education, and social media visibility. And for the ask of 5,000, I'm asking to scale Encanto Aesthetics by providing 1,800 into retail inventory, 1,200 equipment upgrades, such as a more upgraded steam machine or nano pen or micro needling. I would love to add 1,000 in marketing ads, 600 in community outreach, 400 in education and workshops, continued training. I'm sorry. Encanto Aesthetics is more than just a studio. It's a bilingual and culturally aware space created safe for these women so I can provide these services in both Spanish and English, focus on ingrown hairs that may be painful to these women, using organic skincare to treat this and resolve it for them, and inclusively for everyone to feel at home, your skin, your glow, your story here at Encanto Aesthetics. Thank you.
Now, I will say you're actually very close to being under.
Oh.
Even with the jumping, that was like about 3 minutes. Do
Okay.
you need to be at least 3 minutes?
So I don't have to rush so much.
You don't have to rush at
Okay.
all. And you want to give some time to what you do. You make it clear that you're bilingual and that your target customer is bilingual, but you're still underselling the actual work that you do. And you have time to talk about that in your and this is probably where you would do it in that competitive analysis. And when you're talking about really, this one is a perfect place to talk about that familiarity that they feel, that environment that you build. That's a real competitive analysis.
Okay. So I'll take my
The
time with this one then.
Put a little more time in this one for sure.
Okay.
And so when you're talking about the upgrade and the equipment, this is another place to talk about that, or to demonstrate that your customers are asking for these things. This is not just something that you want to have because you want to have it because it's
Yeah.
new. This is something your customers are asking. So guess what that means? That means more business. That means more revenue. You want to look at your revenue slide because your lines have, you see that projected revenue looks crossed out because your
Yeah.
lines are off, so you want to
Yeah.
fix that. And you want to find a way in here to what I want to say, give it a little more meat on how you're going to make that jump. Because if you're saying you've made 25,000 halfway through the year, what's going to boost you up to almost double that in the second half of the year? So if those are the numbers you're going to use, then you want to put some meat on those bones about how you're actually going to get there.
Okay.
And you've got time to do that.
What was my exact timing?
I don't have I don't remember your exact time, but you started at 58 and you ended at 6:01 with the jumping around.
Okay.
So that was right about 3 minutes. And once you had to go back and forth, that added some time, but you still didn't, it wasn't very much over 3 minutes.
Okay. So I'll make sure to take my time with explaining who I am and what I do and who I serve, and equipment upgrades, service upgrades that's going to get me to my revenue growth.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
this is not a lot that you want to add,
Mhm.
just dropping that sentence. So, because that's the kind of stuff that they're going to be listening for. And again, for everyone, these judges work with every kind of business. They've seen them all, they heard them all, they researched them, they know them almost as well as you do from an industry standpoint. So you want to make sure your story, your growth makes sense because that's what they're going to be listening for. You're giving your speech and they're kind of collecting these dots, and then you get to that end and they're going to go, it doesn't quite line up. Or they're going to go, perfect. I see exactly how they're going to get from here to here. So that's where you want to be thinking. But good job. Who else?
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm still using the two system thing, so things probably won't be as smooth. Share
You just want to
screen.
make sure your slides are in order.
They were. It's the tab thing. I don't know. They don't like me.
Uh-huh.
We'll see. I think this is up. Is this the screen?
Oh, we're not seeing anything yet.
Mhm. You see it?
Okay, it's coming up. There we go.
Yay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, we
You
see it.
did. Okay. Cool. Where my clicker? Oh, this goes up and down. All right, so ready. I think I'm ready.
Yay.
Hi, hey y'all. I'm Jacana, owner of JoJo's Club. Oh, sorry. Jacana Lux, beginning as a custom design brand focused on helping people feel confidence through clothing and through working with clients. I saw an opportunity to expand my garment beyond garments and create something social, interactive, and impactful. Today, many social activities are passive, things like dining outside, scrolling on phones. All at the same time, people are craving more meaningful hands on experiences. My individuals want to be creative, but feel intimidated from time to time because the skills they think they don't have. And for organization, they're growing the need for engagement, more of team building, not competitively, but through strength and partnership with their teams. So social experiences solve this by offering guided, hands-on sewing events designed to be social, beginner friendly. Participants don't need prior experiences. We have their guided step by step in a relaxed, welcoming environment. It's not just a class, it's an experience. Guests leave with a finalized keepsake that they put together themselves. The solution.
Listen.
Huh? Oh my God, here I go again. I did the
Uh-huh.
solution. Oh, there we go. Competitive advantage. What sets social apart is that we combine multiple elements into one experience. Unlike traditional soul classes, we have workshop and we offer full guided inclusive on in office support for beginner friendly participants that don't have anything to bring but to figure out their own way through the process as they create seamless elevated experience that's accessible and enjoyable, also memorable. I gotta get my words together. How we find customers. We acquire customers through four main channels. First is social media, then word of mouth, where we drive consistent, low cost growth. Events and community presence, where we increase exposure and attract new audiences. Partnerships and retention, the goal is to have more than one time them to come repeated customers. Revenue model. Social generates revenue through a mix of social bookings, private events, and contract-based programs. Social events provide consistent, reputable income. Private and corporate events and contract-based events. Together, this creates a balance of model and support both through consistency and through these streams. We project 3,100 in gain. The ask. To support and launch the growth of social experiences, I am seeking $5,000 to funding. These funds will be used for equipment, setup, hosting events, deposits on
That's
a
you.
short. Huh?
That means that's your time.
Oh, again? Okay.
You got a plenty of ways to tighten this up. Plenty. First, you don't need to read the title of the slide.
Okay.
You keep going. Our problem, the problem, and then you read the solution, and then you read you can take that out and that'll clean up a lot of it. Get your slides correct and
Mhm.
you know that click through down because that takes up a lot of the time. And even just you transitioning from one slide to the next
Okay.
is taking time. So if you tighten up those things, you'll be fine in terms of the timing because you don't want to be knocked out because of time. That's the easiest thing to get right.
Mhm.
So just tighten that up. You skip over your target customer. That's slide 4. You do want to talk about who that is. And for you especially, if I'm remembering something you said either on the during one of the practices or during your semifinal, is that this is something people were asking for.
Mhm.
Make sure you say that. This isn't a speculative thing that you're bringing into your business. This is in response to people asking for it. I personally, in your early stages, would not bother with a secondary market. Stick to one and one that you can talk about. Because yes, it is possible that you could do team building and corporate sales, but if the people who are asking you for it right now and the experiences that you're having right now are private customers, stick to that and talk about that. Because once you put it up there, that's something they're going to be listening for.
Mm. Well, I worked with a deputy in the psych center, and she was asking me would I come to like the prison to do it like with the females there.
And keep in mind, remember all the way
Right.
at the beginning, anybody can buy from you. You
Right.
don't have
Yeah.
to turn people down, but your ideal person you're targeting is one person.
Okay. So we just leave with the target.
Yeah. And then really bring that experience home to us. To somebody's like, not only can I have a social event, I actually leave with something that I made. And I didn't even have to know how to sew. I made it. And when you're talking about your ask, if your ask is about, and what, I don't know, I remember seeing all of those asks, but if your ask is talking about your venue, you had something there, venue, what is that? What does that mean in terms of the funding?
Deposit, like the help on the deposit,
So
like
this
for
is not
studio
something
space.
it's not something you have a place for?
No.
Um, I would find a way to reword that.
Okay.
And I only say that because 1750 is not a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm a judge and I'm trying to calculate, you're wanting to hold 6 classes a month. Is this 1750 one class, 2 classes, 6 classes? It is and even if it's 6 classes for 1750, how are you going to pay for the next 6 classes for the next month? It just gives them something to think about. So I would reword that
Okay.
in a way. So tell me what that means and how you would do that.
So right now, I have a shared space and I only pay 300 like a month. And then they have like a community space that you can use anytime and you just rent it for 100. So like if I have bigger classes, right now like I have like 4 people a class or something like that. I do it in my little shared space. So to be able to upgrade to the bigger space because it's in the the what is it called? The Blossom Business Center. So they have bigger suites.
Mm-hmm.
So then I could upgrade to like the bigger suite once we start getting in more people.
I then would say at 1750, I would say venue set up for X number of classes, whatever number of classes that would pay for. So that answers that question, and it doesn't sound like it's a sunk cost. And by sunk cost, what I'm saying is you don't want your ask to be things that you can't keep going when that initial money is gone.
Okay.
If it sounds like something that is a one-time thing you'll be able to pay for, and then you have no guarantee you'll be able to do it again, that's a sunk cost essentially for them.
Okay. Makes sense.
So yeah, you got it all. I love the way you cleaned up these slides so that it's easy to read and it's not, I mean, they were beautiful before, but it was just a lot of reading. So now this is very clean and very good.
Okay. Work on his speech.
What's the next slide?
Just my closing. Just that. How you find us.
Okay. Again, very pretty. But make sure you can get to that slide. Don't want to run out of time before you get there.
I was there. I was
Practice.
under, now I'm over. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get there. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Who's next? This looks like Ebony's coming off.
So I'm not running mine only because when I do try to pull it up, it always shuts mine down. So I think I'm good. I've been doing my own Zoom meetings and taping myself and looking at it. It's the worst to hear your own voice, but it is helping me understand, where I'm tripping up and what have you. So I just gotta have to get better with staying on the script, but not rambling. Like it feels like I lose my thought and then I just start making stuff up and then I'm off. It's like, oh my God, get back. So it's not as crisp and as clear when I'm speaking off the top of my head. And the only, it's still the information, but I'm just worried about the time.
Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about anything. Worrying is what is like that little voice in your head that's throwing you off track. Focus on why you're doing what you're doing. Even though you're B2B, that's still a person that you're talking to, and it's still people that you're talking about. And you say in your presentation, you've been there. You spent that time in there. Let us hear that passion. Let us hear that connection. And that's when you're talking off the top of your head, that's the kind of stuff you should be talking about. But even with that, you can make yourself a couple of bullets of, this is what I want to talk about when I'm freestyling.
Yes.
And stick to that bullet and you'll be fine. And again, if you are rehearsing it, you'll know exactly what your timing is and you don't have to worry.
Okay. I have two questions. Remember at the beginning, you said kind of leave it in my consultant language, but add that piece in, I build culture. So, so now that I'm looking at it, my slide 1 is kind of heavy because I'm trying to tell a bit of a story where I say, hey, I've been that healthcare leader in the room, values on the wall, look great, but everything feels wrong. And then I talk about how people are burnt out, disengaged, and leaving. And then I talk about, in my consultant language, the gap, trying to close it from what organizations say and what people actually feel. Then I introduce myself, and then I move on. So where do I add that layman's language that would be impactful?
That very first slide, you have lived the problem you're trying to solve.
Yes.
You can tell us in your own words, in your own language, So you think about this. This is Ebony Caldwell on slide 1. Slide 2 is at the table consulting.
Okay. All right. And then I you remember you said I should one of your comments for feedback was add a win.
Mm-hmm.
So can I read you what I put in there?
Yeah.
All right. I said, picture a leader whose team has stopped looking for the exits and start looking forward to Monday mornings again. Because for the first time in a long time, they feel the values they were promised. That's what True to Me alignment system is built to create.
I love that. Stop looking for the exit and start looking forward to Monday morning. Absolutely.
So, okay, thank you. Because when I read that to the one-on-one coach, he was like, "Yeah, that's still a little bit corporate and dry." So I was like, "Okay." But if I
Love it.
try to do any more, it's taking up too much time. So,
Yeah,
okay.
again, you want to recognize that you are the expert in what you do.
Okay.
And your words, while you're not selling to your target customer right now,
Mm-hmm.
recognizing how you're going to talk to your target customer
Yeah.
is a good thing for the judges to hear.
Okay.
You know, they don't need Cardi B giving a pitch. So, you know, you
I can't roll my R's, but I was trying to say, okay, yeah.
Yes. So, you know, if that's not who you are and that's not who your customer is, don't try to be that.
Okay. Perfect. All right. I think I'm good.
Yeah, all
I
right.
feel a little bit better, less overwhelmed.
Good.
Thanks. Hey, I wanted to say on Saturday and today, Tiffany, I think you should build a bed in your studio. You are always there. She was there Saturday. Oh my gosh.
I do have one. I have one actually.
I have one. I love it. I love it.
It's very cozy in here.
Love it.
Anybody else want to run through? Everybody else good? I am really confident you all are going to do very well. I mean, I'm not just hyping you up. I'm saying that you know your businesses, you put a lot of work into understanding your customer, understanding what the solution is you're providing. And now it's just really a matter of telling people. And I do mean telling us, because you're the person who's built this. You're the one who's going to let us know what your business is, not the other way around. We might know industry, we might know high level business, but we don't know your business the way you do. So get up there and tell us what it is you're about to do to make this money. It's very simple. That's literally all it is. Because because there's 3 prizes, there's 10 people. Even if you are not one of the 3 that gets money, that does not mean you don't know your business.
Mm-hmm.
And that means when you walk out of there, you'll be able to make the $5,000 that you didn't win.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That part.
Yes. So this is yours. You are all good. Take even what I say. If what I say you're like, I ain't feeling all that. Don't. Whatever you put up there needs to be you. It needs to be what you feel about your business. I'm only one of the people. There's going to be other judges who will have different opinions than me. You don't need to worry about pleasing any of us individually. Your business, your rules, what you say it is. Own it. So any other questions? comments, concerns, and just even business in general, not even about the pitch, because again, this pitch is going to be over. You're still going to have a business to run.
So I have a question about business real quick. Sorry. So one of my friends has a beauty shop 5 minutes from me, and I guess the health department is cracking down on small spas. Um, I didn't realize I needed an appearance enhancement license, so I just applied for that. And my name wasn't matching my insurance for my shop. So it flagged that my LLC wasn't in my name. So I adjusted the insurance and I had LLC put on the door and windows. So I corrected the application. So hopefully no one comes knocking at my door and gives me any issues. Am I obligated to do the sales tax authority application if you're aware of that?
That I don't know. I would recommend though that you contact New York State. You know, they have their website is very good, but they also are very good about answering questions that are very specific to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would 100% recommend contacting them, giving them that same information you just gave and your question.
And your tax preparer should be able to answer that question for you.
What was that?
Whoever does your business tax should be able to answer that question for you.
I printed out the checklist for New York State licensing for business, so I can go through it myself, so I can be prepared in case they do pop in here, and I'll be ready and not shocked.
They just went to my daughters on Allen. So that's why I'm saying your tax preparer should be able to answer that question. Someone caught on all her businesses on her. It's just so sad.
Wow.
It's ridiculous because it's not realistic to be perfect, but they'll say like, oh, you have dust on the shelf. And
But once someone calls or anything, they have to come out. They have to do their job. I know she passed it off, but it's just a headache. You know,
it is.
It's just unfortunate. People are just so mean.
It's unfortunate, but again, you want
important.
to if you can have something from the state that a communication that clarifies and that you can print out and say, hey, if somebody comes, I contacted the state and they told me that's a good position to be in.
Okay, because I've been a little stressed out lately and like adjusting my name, insurance, putting it on the door and windows because they'll fine you for that too, I guess. And deep cleaning, make sure my barbicide expiration is up to date, licenses. There's a lot that goes into it that a lot of people may not think about, but it's good to keep on track just in case.
Yeah, I didn't have no smoking signs in 2 of the vehicles, and it gave me a warning. I'm like, are you serious right now?
He gave you a warning?
They gave me a warning this time, but I didn't even. I went back in my documents from the last few years. I didn't see where they ever told us that we had to have a no smoking sign in each vehicle, but they gave me a warning and said if we don't get them in there in a week, you're going to be fine. So I found them on Amazon for $3. I'm like, you got it.
That's an easy fix. I'm just a little worried with my industry that they might say because you don't have a sink, you can't do nanoblading or micro for the brows because it's a needle. But the bathroom is very close. It's right across the hall. So that's what I'm wondering about, if the sink issue might affect my business.
Do you have a good relationship with your landlord? Maybe he can, or she can put a
sink?
Yeah.
Might be an extra charge, but I can try to ask him, see if he'll be nice enough to put something small somewhere.
Even if you don't want to do that, the Amazon has like the foot pedal ones where you just get the gallon thing and it spouts up the water.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
That's a good idea. I did see those. Yep, that's a good idea.
Another thing that I would highly recommend for all of you is find a company that is bigger than you, usually either in another city or even another state, and reach out to them and ask them these questions and talk to them about how they're running their businesses. It is phenomenal to have a resource that is doing what you do in a bigger way to kind of give you some of that guidance. And when they're in another city or another state, they don't feel the competition and they're more apt to really talk to you and give you the nuts and bolts. I had a company, one was in DC, one was in Los Angeles, and I think the other one was in New Jersey. Sat down in hours and hours. I could ask whatever I wanted. They were giving me resources, websites, software to use, processes. They were extremely helpful. And all I did was literally Google them on the internet, sent an email that said, hey, this is my business. This is the stage I'm at. I see you're doing these big things. I'm not there yet, but I was hoping I could get on a call and you could answer some questions for me. Very, very, very helpful.
A great
Now,
idea.
in your case, Tiffany, do you probably want to stick to someone in the state because a lot of these are state regulations?
That's what I was gonna say. I tried it and I found someone here I have a good relationship with, but I was thinking of opening in Houston where my son was, but it was so simple there. New York State is tough.
New York
Mhm.
State is very tough. I
Yeah, like
know.
it's so simple for me to just go to Houston, open up another. If you already have an existing one open here, it's like 1, 2, 3 there. I'm gonna work on that this summer, but ours is just so hard, our state. It really is.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we also have New York City. New York City has trillions of pretty much every business you can think of. So finding a resource that's got the same state regulations, but in a much bigger market will be very easy. Just
No, I'm
Google it.
Yeah.
pretty sure if
Very
New York State licensure across the board is held to a different standard. So that's why sometimes you're able to go other places with ease because they see that in New York, they be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
They know they do it like
I was
that.
just
Yeah.
there for my birthday in April, and when I
Yeah.
went down to the where you go do the application and all that stuff, they was like, "Oh, you already have an existing company. We looked you up.
Yeah.
You want to?" I was like, "I went through hell trying to get this business. It took them a year almost to approve."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Mhm. So we got to go through the growing pains. But yeah.
Yep. New York State does not play.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. But use it to your advantage, take advantage of the people who are a resource for you in the state. Any other questions, comments, concerns? We ready, y'all?
No, I'm gonna end for the night, guys. My grandkids are coming for 1 hour, and then my daughter and my girlfriend is coming to help me do this pitch.
We'll see
Excellent.
you Wednesday.
See you guys on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Good luck, everyone.
Same to you. Thank you.
Just a quick question. We're presenting the slides. Are you guys gonna have it? I just want to make sure I'm prepared. Do we bring our laptop, flash drive? Do we
So
log
she
in?
sent us a link where we have to submit by tomorrow at 5, your final presentation
Oh
slides.
my God. Thank you so much
Was
for
it
that.
Jahida or Miss
It was
Kim?
Jahida.
Jahida? Okay, I'll have to go back and find it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it was
glad
in
I
the
did.
link. It was in the email where she told us congratulations.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Okay, ladies.
will
See you on
ask.
Wednesday.
Go ahead.
I will ask and confirm and have them send a note to let you all know how the slides will run.
Will we
They're
have a
gonna have
clicker?
that tech. Say again.
Will we have a clicker to advance ourselves?
Probably, but I'm gonna have her confirm
Okay.
that and
Okay.
give you the whole rundown of how that works.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm. Sure.
I'm gonna email her because I already submitted mine because I was over it, but now I'm making the update she told me, so I'm gonna submit it again. So can you just let her know?
Well, remember, she says, put final in there.
Yeah,
So
that was that final because I was like, you know what? They about to just get this. We about to rock it out. Like,
Funny.
hey. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna email her like, no, this is the final. Okay, you
That's
erase
right.
it. Okay.
For
Thank you
real, for
guys.
real.
Y'all see y'all Wednesday. Mother
Yeah.
See you.
Rocket. Bye.
I have one quick question. I
Yes,
sort of retooled my commentary for the storytelling slide, the one with the arrows. Do you mind if I read it to you?
absolutely.
Okay. So it says, think of the first story that gripped you, that connected to you. For me, there was the Percy Jackson series, and I have been a loyal customer of that IP since I was 10. Because the stories that speak to us inspire empathy and connection, these are the kinds of stories and connections Written in Stone builds for our clients. And then I would go on to the client side.
Yes, exactly. Because you know what that's going to do? It's going to make them think of that story for them. It's going to make them go, that's right. What was that story? And that's exactly, Imani, that's exactly the neuroscience that you built into your business that gets our brains.
It's happening.
Yeah. Yes, good job. All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments, concerns?
Was the
Me.
address emailed? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Was the address emailed to us? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think the title of it was Congratulations,
Okay.
I think.
Because I'm in Buffalo, New York, so I just have to drive out there.
Yeah, and when I send the email tonight, you'll probably get something tomorrow to
Okay.
give you all that information on to give you that information on the tech and what anything you need to bring and how the slides will run.
Okay.
Whitney.
Yeah. Can I just show you my last slide because
Absolutely.
okay, let me see if I can get it up here. Da, da, da. Okay. The oh, come on. Why isn't it not going over? Okay. Good thing I did this, so now I know. Because it's not cooperating with me. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm so confused. Okay, let me go out one more time. Okay. Sorry, guys.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Why is it? Come on, be nice to me.
We can see
There we
slide.
go. Okay. It was a little Jimmy Jam. Okay. So, like I said, I spoke with Maisha, and these are all the breakdowns. And then the closing, I didn't recite each and every one. So I just want to make sure I'm hitting that mark because I know this is one of the most important things. Should I be saying out loud, explaining each one?
If you have the time, yes, you can. If you do not have the time, I would again summarize this from a perspective of how you have walked us here. To use the example of the closet, you have already talked about that closet. When you get to this slide, you're saying that 25% of that is going to go towards the building out the closet that has done X work or provided X benefits for the people.
Okay.
But I would not just phrase it as more for the sake of more, meaning your closet, who is your closet for? What does your closet do to
It
help?
so it's for the mom and baby. So we provide pads, diapers, wipes, clothing items for baby, breastfeeding supplies, whatever they may need with postpartum. diaper rash cream, just different things to help make their role in parenthood a little smoother. Especially if they might be out on like maternity leave, they didn't have the money for these things. Instead of trying to worry about going out to the store to get these things, we just provide it for them if they tell us that they need it.
How can you tie that to more business? And if you can't, that's fine. But could you tie one of the other ones to more customers?
Um, yes.
Then if you can pick one to tie to more customers, that's the one that I would highlight on this slide.
Okay.
And when I say that, this is for the folks who are still on. More customers means that if you give me this $1,750 for technology and business operations, I will be able to add get my website updated to add payment processing. So more people will be able to do business with me because I'll be able to accept credit cards. That's an
Okay.
example of more customers.
Okay.
You're giving me this money and it's going to equal an increase in my revenue because I'll be able to take in more customers because of this.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I just show you one of my slides real
Uh-huh.
quick? Because I think I'm going back to my original problem slide because I like it. Well, I had already made some tweaks to it, but okay, let me share. I just kind of want to know if it makes sense. I don't know which screen can y'all see.
I see the what is this? PowerPoint? Problem fragmented support.
Okay. Now I gotta figure out how to move this thing. You taught me how to do this before.
Your display where you're showing the
Yeah. I got it out the way. Okay, so you can see the problem slide.
Yes.
Okay, is this too many words still? Is it too
It's not,
difficult
but
to
I
read?
don't know what what is traditional doula care saying?
Say that one more time.
What is it saying? Because when I look at it on top of that square, are you saying that traditional doula care results in higher rates of pregnancy and birth complications?
No, I'm saying traditional doula care addresses this disparity.
So that sounds again like you have the problem and solution on the same slide.
Okay. Okay.
You know, your problem slide could literally just be that one block on this side and that one block on the other side and take the circles off and just put those two on either side of that image. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Which
those are the
circle?
problems.
The disparities are the problems.
The 80% is a problem, and then that higher rate of pregnancy complications is a problem.
Right.
That's all you need up there. You can take away that mental support and the traditional doula care because those aren't the problems.
So the problem that I am trying to describe that my business addresses is the fragmented support of Black moms having to navigate those two systems in different spaces. So that's what I'm trying to highlight, not just the disparities, but the disconnection in care. Because then on my solution slide, I explain how divine connection bridges that gap.
Mm-hmm. And you could, again, put those squares on there, and your commentary is saying exactly what you just said right here, that
Okay.
the problem is that it's fragmented. So you got the disparity
I'm gonna share.
over here, and then the circle with the mother, and then the complications over here. Those are the problems.
Okay. So you're saying just keep the brown boxes. Oh, did it come up for you already?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Just keep these two.
Yes.
I can explain.
Yes.
Okay.
Because those circles are
That's the
confusing.
solution.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
what the purpose of them there and what they're trying to tell us.
Okay.
And then I would, because of the way that that's contrasted in terms of the color of the box and the black text and the white, I then would kind of make them a little longer so the text spreads out a little bit and it's easier to read.
So make the brown boxes longer, these ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
right.
that leaves the problem as the problem and not already kind of leading into the solution.
Okay. All right. I think I got it. Thank you.
Sure. Anything else, ladies? We all excited? I'm excited. This will be our first year doing it in person, so we'll get to see. Get to meet y'all in person. Me too, Imani. All right, so if there's nothing else, we will wrap it up for today. But make sure you get those presentations in, final, uploaded before the deadline, which I think is tomorrow. But I will also follow up to make sure that something goes out to let you know how everything will run in terms of the technology. Good, good. Practice is fantastic. Because the more you've got it down, the less you're going to be thinking about other things and trying to worry about time. You'll already know you got it. All right. Well, then I will shut her down. See you all on Wednesday.
See you later.
See ya.